Hey, what is going on, everybody? It's Yunks. Today, I'll be showing you guys Nemesis Star. This is an exotic machine gun that was introduced in Rise of Iron. Anyway, let's just quickly go over the perks that are on this thing. So this is a solar damage machine gun. We have Extinction Cycle on trigger pull. This weapon's initial burst has a higher rate of fire. For the sights, I run Accurized Ballistics. We have Spray and Play. Increase the reload speed of this weapon when its mag is empty. In the middle, we have Perfect Balance, Field Scout, and Flared Magwell. Field Scout is a good choice for PvE. Right now I'm going to run Perfect Balance. And we have Strange Gravity. When holding down the trigger, range and accuracy increase as rate of fire decreases. Kills grant bonus grenade energy. Alright, not so bad. Now before we get into it, I do want to mention, for the most part, this is a low rate of fire, high impact machine gun, very similar to Thunderlord. Anyway, let's take a look at the aesthetics. Alright, certainly a different looking weapon in the game, that is for sure. Anyway, let's just get right into the gameplay. So, Nemesis Star versus the Ultra Knight for the DPS test. It took me 40 shots to put him down, each headshot dealing 855 damage. In that initial burst, the headshots were 641 damage, however, and it took me 5.9 seconds to kill him. Alright, we're moving right along into PvP, and there are going to be a lot of numbers mentioned in this review, guys, so please bear with me. So, I like to say that Nemesis Star has 3 different phases of damage and rate of fire. The first phase is the initial burst, the second phase I like to call the transition phase, and the third phase will be the final, where you would be shooting this weapon as intended, as if it didn't have any exotic perks. Or just to simplify it, the third phase will shoot exactly like a Quillam's Terminus. So, in the first phase of Nemesis Star, the initial burst, you will shoot 8 shots within this phase and it will last 0.7 seconds. In this phase, you will be shooting at a higher rate of fire and your bullets will be doing less damage, however. And of course, this is all assuming you're holding down the trigger. This will eventually lead into the transition phase, and this phase will only last for 3 bullets and 0.566 seconds long. Not very long at all, but this is when your bullets start to increase in damage and decrease in fire rate. And this will eventually lead into the final phase, where you will be doing maxed out damage and your rate of fire is going to be at a steady, slow pace. So it'll take 11 shots and 1.266 seconds in order to get to the third and final phase. And of course, once again, this is assuming you're holding down the trigger the entire time. If you stop shooting or have to reload at any point, once you shoot this weapon again, you will start the cycle all over. Alright, let's talk a little bit about the Crucible numbers now that we briefly went over all 3 phases on Nemesis Star. So, this machine gun will deal 47 damage to the head and 37 damage to the body, and that is in the initial phase, which you will definitely more likely be seeing if you are using this weapon in the Crucible. So it'll take 5 shots to put somebody down if all your shots are headshots, or it'll take 6 shots to put somebody down if all your shots are body shots within this phase. What is the time to kill? Well, it'll take 0.4 seconds, very, very quick. That initial burst is certainly deadly. Now, I'm not going to go over the numbers in the transition phase, as these numbers are all different. All 3 bullets deal different damage. Just know they're in between the initial burst and the final phase. And of course, they are gradually increasing. So in the last phase of Nemesis Star, you will deal 62 damage to the enemy's head and 50 damage to the body. So it'll take 4 shots to put somebody down if all your shots are headshots, and even 4 shots to put somebody down if all your shots are body shots. If they do have higher armor though, it may take 5 shots. What is the time to kill with Nemesis Star in the final phase? Well, let's say it takes 4 shots to kill your enemy. It'll take 0.5 seconds, so a little bit higher than the initial burst time to kill, but not all that much higher. It's still a great time to kill, and it still has plenty of DPS potential. Of course, you're not going to be seeing a lot of the final form within the Crucible. This is definitely more of a PvE thing, but you may see it here and there. Now, the initial burst does have slightly more DPS than the final phase, so does this mean you're going to go around shooting about 8 shots or so, release the trigger, hold the trigger again for another 8 shots, release the trigger, hold the trigger again, release the trigger, do that over and over again, let's say against a strike boss, to take advantage of that initial burst DPS? Probably not. It sounds fucking annoying, first of all. Second of all, your shots are going a lot quicker and you're getting a lot less bang for them. And third of all, you're probably just losing DPS at that point trying to do all that. So I would just personally recommend to use this gun normally. It is very, very nice when you do start to shoot this weapon at an enemy and that initial burst just tears them up. And if they are still alive, of course I'm talking PvE here, and if the enemy is still alive after that initial burst, you'll have that nice, slow, steady, but very, very deadly barrage of shots to follow up, which will conserve your ammo more and you will get more bang for your buck while in the final phase, of course. Anyway, guys, go ahead, leave in the comments, have you gotten a Nemesis star yet? And if you have, what do you think of it? If not, would this be an exotic machine gun you would like to get your hands on? Let me know. Overall, I do think it's an excellent machine gun. That is for sure. This thing is a beast. It's totally more of a PvE weapon, but obviously still performs very, very well in the Crucible. Is it worth the exotic slot? Well, that's really up to you. For me, in the Crucible, any machine gun can get the job done, so no. In PvE, I guess it depends on the situation. If there was a rare occasion where I wasn't running an exotic primary or an exotic special and I was feeling a machine gun, I probably would choose this over Super Good Advice and Thunderlord. Just go ahead, leave in the comments what would your choice be out of the 3 machine guns. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much gonna wrap this one up. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed the video, and go ahead and leave a sub if you haven't already if you want to see more weapon reviews similar to this one. I'm always covering weapons here in Destiny. Anyway, guys, I will see you next time.